Hello everyone. So today let us take a look at this question on the community, and this question is actually very common and simple, but there are a few things that I want to talk about this question. Now the question is about creating a report to understand planned versus actual time for of course your project or maybe some product that you're developing. Now, when it comes to planned versus actual time, of course, you can do it in Jira because Jira will let you. In Jira, of course, you have this original time estimate field where you can keep track of or basically plan the estimated number of hours that you think your team members will take. And then, of course, when they log time, you can, of course, then report on it. Now, good thing about Jira is that there is a report that will let you look at this information. Let me just try to open my Jira instance and quickly try to show you this report. But what this user is saying is that they basically dump this data from Jira to an Excel sheet, and then they of course try to create their own customized version of the report, which is, to be honest, totally okay, because if you want to create a report like this in Jira, where you have, let us say, planned hours, available hours, and workload divided by, of course, not really divided by, but basically you want to have a breakup by maybe your team members, something like that. And of course, you also want to incorporate or bring in your sprint information. So you can do that, of course, within, not within Jira, but using maybe a pivot table in Excel sheet. But if you want to do something like this in your Jira natively, you can always take a look at this report, which you can find out if you go to your report section here. And if you look at your report, which is called as time, not this one, where is the report? Time tracking report. So this report will actually give you an idea about, the planned hours along with estimated remaining time left, and so on. It's a simple report, but it is of course not really a customized report because you have to. It's a simple list of all the issues that you have in your project, and then it will do some calculations. Basically, a simple math. But the thing is that you need to, if you need to bring in things or the data from your sprint, or maybe if you want to create a customized group by report, you need to either use Excel sheet, or you can use an app like EasyBI. Now, EasyBI will let you create any kind of report based on, not any kind of report, but a variety of reports. And I did talk about a time tracking, like how to create a report based on time tracking information, where I showed how to have like a grouping of your, different issue attributes or projects. Maybe basically you can create a group, like a grouped report or report based on these groupings, and these groupings could be your team members or project names, or maybe you want to have a group by report by project category, whatever. So you have a lot of ways. And then this user actually replied to me, replied back to my answer, and the next question was that what would be my recommendation when it comes to estimation. And when it comes to estimation, of course, within Jira, should we use time tracking or story points? Now, the thing is that both are different estimation techniques, and it really, whether you should be using time tracking or story points, it really depends on your requirements. It really depends on the kind of work you're doing. If you're trying to follow Agile or Scrum, for example, then story point is a very popular method. And story points actually talk about the complexity of the story. And it also depends on who is going to do it. So if an experienced developer is working on something that they have done many times before, then they can, of course, estimate it as 2 or 3. But if the same task is being done by someone not so experienced, then the complexity would be a bit more for that person, and it could be 5 or 6. But of course, it is not directly related to, in most of the cases, it is not always directly related to the time that you will spend on working on the story. So if you're working in a situation where you do care about the budget or billing, where you need people to, of course, log their time so that you can bill your clients, or if you're working in a situation where you need to understand the number of hours people are spending, planned versus actual, whatever, then you need to use time tracking. Good thing about Jira is that Jira will let you do both together. So you can use time tracking, you can use story points, or you can do basically both together, because that is a possibility in the tool. And that is it. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.